Hi guys, this is Meena, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about a very trending hashtag that has been running on Instagram called the Nihilist Penguin. So, what is all about this Nihilist Penguin is I will start up with the story first. The story is such that there's a documentary maker called Werner Herzog who makes a documentary on penguins. When he was making a documentary on penguins, his eyes caught a specific penguin which was moving away from its waddle. Now, what is a waddle? Waddle is a group of penguin. So, this particular penguin was walking away from its own penguin family, and it was walking close to 50 to 70 kilometers away from its own family and walking towards the mountain. So when this specific penguin started moving away from the family, Werner, who is a documentary maker, who was projecting all the details about the documentary, he analyzed that. First, he analyzed that this specific penguin who is walking away from its own group of penguins may be confused or maybe in some doubts, or maybe he is not in a state of mind to decide what is for his life. So like when this penguin started walking towards the mountain, after few days it was found dead. Okay, then most of the research experts, animal behavior experts, research experts came upward and came upfront, and they actually told the facts about why the penguin had isolated itself from its own group. Okay guys, I'll break the ice here. Any animals it is, let that be lion, dog, cat, a snake, anything. Okay, they would prefer to be in their own species circle. They would never want to leave its own species circle. Okay, now if a penguin has decided to leave its own circle means, as a penguin what it has gone through, we can never know, because the emotions, their language, their behavior, most of us, like if I'm an animal expert, maybe I know about a dog or a cat. Okay, because I deal with them, because I take care of them. But a penguin expert, a penguin behavior expert, who understood about the behavior, they came up front and they told the fact like why the penguin had isolated itself. So this particular penguin, when it started walking away from its own family, it selected a life where he should not see what he has already seen. Okay, now what he has already seen, obviously we are not certain about it. So this penguin determined to take a step ahead and isolate itself from the life which he was already dealing with, and he chose something where he is very much sure that in mountains he is not going to get food, in mountain he is not going to get life, in mountains he is not going to find his species. But he was determined enough to find a life which will not be the same as what he was dealing till now. And after few days the penguin was found dead, and what the animal behavior expert has mentioned, that even if the penguin was caught and brought back to its own family, still it would head back to the lonely pathway where he would head back to the mountain, not choosing to be with any of the family members with whom he was before. So this is why the penguin story has made a huge impact on Gen Z's or today's generation. Like, be determined enough even when you know that there is death, because death is certain. What is uncertain? Uncertain is how much effort you give. Uncertain is how much dedication you give. Uncertain is what is your part in that, what is your little effort, what is your little steps in that, what are you determined for, what do you want in life. This is what the penguin did for itself. It was not like he doesn't know that there is no life in mountains. He very well knew these animals, these species are so clever, are so intelligent. For example, if we are talking about penguins, they are brutally chased by dolphins because dolphins eat them as food. Okay, They save themselves from the brutal attack of dolphins. Like they keep chasing them for so many kilometers, and somehow they keep hopping on some icebergs trying to safeguard themselves. Okay, but dolphins, they are very quick, they're very fast, and they are very huge compared to penguins. So it's kind of easy prey for the dolphins to prey on them, but still most of the penguins do manage these kinds of attack and safeguard themselves. Okay, so coming back to the story. So when this particular penguin, which caught Werner's attention, which had isolated itself from the family and started moving towards the mountain, like it crossed 50 to 70 kilometers, and then later it was found dead. So this particular penguin has set an example that there is death, that there might not be life, but what and what you are determined and what you want in life, that is what important. Okay, the determination, the need, the requirement, the need to make yourself understand that yes, this is what I want, this is where the trend is going on. Like, be determined enough to select your own path, even though the society is not going to accept it, or if the society is not going to appreciate you for all that. you know the particular penguin which walked away, don't you feel that it should have thought at least once or twice that leaving its family behind should be painful, or leaving its own species should be painful? Doesn't he know that there is death over there? He knows, he feels the pain, that leaving a family is not a joke. Yeah, right? The memories, the connections, everything haunts. But still, if you want peace in life, if you want stability in life, if you want to be away from all unwanted dramas or unwanted pressures in life, then there is where you have to do a selection. There is where you have to make a specific decision. And this, how much painful was for that particular penguin to all of a sudden walk away from its own waddle and isolate itself. It's called an indomitable a penguin mentality, where a penguin can determine its own life, that he can choose peace, he can choose individuality, he can choose his mental health. Okay, maybe he had a hope that on the other side of the island I may live, I may find another species, but he was 100% sure there are chances that he could be dead. There are chances that there will be no food, but still he took a chance, because taking chance is far better than staying in the same place and then blaming yourself, like, why didn't I take a chance and did this for myself? This is what is the breakup about the Nihilist Penguin. Selecting isolation, selecting individuality, selecting freedom, selecting yourself above the world. So nowadays on Instagram, like, you do workout, or you wanna go up in your business, you wanna be successful, you wanna focus on something, there you will be seeing the tag called the Nihilist Penguin. Though the penguin was dead, the more eye-catchy thing is about its determination. What is magnetizing us about this specific story is the determination, the decision. Okay, that's why this is very trending, and that is the reason why people are using these hashtags very frequently, and these hashtags should be trending for at least another 1 month, because not people are going no people are going to forget this story. And it has made many people cry also, remembering their own stories, how they isolate themselves from their own family, like leave their own parents and leave their own spouses or partners or brothers, like siblings, or their own colleagues, because they know if they stay, they're going to damage themselves. And you know what is worse than death? That is living and getting damaged day by day. So what this particular species selected for himself, that is, though it's worse, though it's a death, but far better than what he was dealing all this time. He chose a life where he doesn't have to see what he has already seen. So, short story, determination, short story, decision. So I hope I have given you a simple clarity on this penguin's sad story. We feel very bad that A penguin has decided to move out of its own family and he died later. Guys, an animal knows far better than humans. They know how to get food for themselves, how to, you know, catch food for themselves. They know how to survive in this harsh world. Okay, they know where there is danger. B- and these species do never ever leave their own circle. Whatever happens, it always keeps revolving in their species. Even if you see a snake will always be somewhere near to its own species. A lion, you will be seeing a lion with a group of lion, a dog, a cat, because they find comfort in their own species. So, like, even with humans, if a human is trying to isolate itself from humans and wanna stay with other species like cats, dogs, or he or she just wants to stay alone, or just focus on their own life. Just imagine how much pain they have gone through or disappointment they have gone through, and how much rigid it should be for them to take this hard decision. So the one who is already watching this video, I pray and I congratulate you that you have come so far. A long way to go, but the path is sweet, the path is full of thorns, the path is full of happiness, the path is full of individuality, the path is full of mental health and freedom. So, what you chose for yourself, if you feel this is what is the best for you, keep going. And it's never about death, guys. Death is just a name. The real pain is surviving every day with these damages and hurting yourself when where you know that a simple decision can do much changes, and the much changes involve the risk of losing your family, losing all that uh, non-connectional dramatic feelings. What according to you may be true but not for the other person. So many things, it depicts many things. This story has, this story has caught attention all over the world, and people are using it like anything, because the simple meaning of the story is, if a species of animals can decide their own lives, why can't human make a decision for himself? This is a short story. So every one of you who feels that they are the nihilist penguin or the indomitable penguin mentality, I congratulate you guys. You guys are, like, you guys have come like a far 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 away from all of your fear, all of your struggle, and there's a long way to go. Again, what I said before, the path is always very long, infinite path. And if you ask me, it's not about the end, it's about the journey. It's about the everyday situation, everyday experience, what you go through. Okay, the story was sad. We felt bad that it went and it tried to do something different. But what happened? It's dead. Guys, we all have to die. If not today, if not tomorrow, then there is a certain time where we all have to stop breathing. So death is not the end. End is when you give up on making decision for yourself. I think I am loud and clear on this story, and I hope this gives us some good message and some clarity in your life. Thank you. Bye.